the things we talked about, right, over time, you and I've talked, and Nissan and I have talked about this, that we're in this, again, crazy market, and there's more to it as well. It's right, this the higher the price point goes, frankly, the more money people have to personalize.
Mhm.
And so as you get into even the home that you talked about that have plexiglass and multiple, functioning kitchens, that's just a personalization for their lifestyle, right? And so the key is to remove that particular lifestyle and put in a more general lifestyle. Because we all know that in the luxury market, people are they're buying the dirt, but they're buying the lifestyle, right?
Mhm.
And you want to showcase that. Nissan, one of the things you talked about was this idea of how a stager, a professional luxury stager, can maximize every inch. So in the world where you're in right
Mhm,
now, a
mhm,
room that might be forgotten, like a basement,
mhm.
right? So
I would like to just pick up on something that Lori mentioned with the colors,
yeah,
having colored walls. I find that when you have color on the wall, the room appears smaller. I loved my office. It was done in Faro Ball Rectory red. But when I went to sell that condo, I went white because I
right.
mean, it's, you could put artwork up on a white wall, but these personalized, colorful rooms, they appear much smaller, like 30%,
Very true.
smaller.
Mhm.
Uh, I wanted to make a distinction between a professional stager.
Right.
There's a difference between a professional stager and then stagers. Stagers are all over the place. Your average stager thinks they know something about interior design because
Mhm.
their grandmother said that
Sure.
they have good taste, and they go to the home. They don't render a report. They don't give any professional advice. They simply say, "This is my fee." And they dial 1-800 rent crap, and they bring in this stuff, this hideous. I don't want to put down IKEA, but it's not even IKEA. It's like
Yeah.
used IKEA.
Yeah.
And they think that's wonderful. They just think that, and I've had two occasions where I've just sent it all back. I
Sure.
just said like what is this? And then I scramble and bring in my own artwork.
Right.
I disassemble my own condo, bring the bring my furniture to a
Right.
listing, and hopefully it sells quickly enough so I could get my furniture back. Uh, and, and that is not professional. That is not the way it should be done. What Lori does is she brings quality furniture from LT, furniture that affluent, successful people would actually use. I mean, who's your audience? If who's coming in to buy that property? If they're used to sitting on Roche Bobois, then
You've
you
got to
have
bring
to
in.
use Lori. You can't rent
Right. Right. No, that makes a lot
the
of sense.
craft.
And so how about this idea though of um it used to be just sort of the primary rooms or getting you from the curb into the house. And then as you go through the house, the impression initially is really what matters. But in this type of market where we're trying to get the maximum value and every square footage piece of square footage matters, what are you seeing?
Yeah, you're asking me.
Yeah.
You're still talking. Okay, okay. Uh, I'm seeing that agents are making sure that every square inch is addressed, whether it's a theater room, home office, uh, you know, a playground. They're even paying attention to the outside. They're setting up a basketball court. A very professional looking basketball court in the back of the home, because in this market you're overpaying. Let's face it, in many instances
Sure.
you're coming in with a few $100,000 over ask, you want to feel like you're getting your money's worth.
Mhm. So the more line items you could add to that feature list on the listing, the more people will attribute to the value, right? So we're adding
Yes.
yoga studios, wellness centers, home gyms, all sorts of wine
I
cellars.
I find very often they're replacing the basement flooring, putting in new hardwood, and
Mhm.
that is a recommendation from professional stagers such as Lori. They're coming in. They're not just simply putting lipstick on a pig. They're actually going in and saying, okay, a family has to live here. Children have to play in the basement. We don't want mold. We don't want this old floor. They'll rip out the flooring, spend $20,000, and then stage the basement to
Mhm.
to the nines. But they're getting their value when they're selling that home. You may have 9 registered offers
Mhm.
Lori, I love
on
that. I
something like
love what
that
you just
product.
talked about. And that is a real strategy, right? Adding features that may have just been a room used for something else, but in a luxury lifestyle, saying that it's a yoga room is going to be, check. Wow, I've got that. They may not use it for that, right?
It'll likely be a storage room, but
It'll likely be a storage room. That's funny.